Tom Brokaw, Thursday at 4.
So, as we were saying. Yes, sir.
Hey, babe. Sit down. I'll buy you a drink.
No, thank you.
What's the matter? You don't talk to strangers? Let me introduce myself. The name's Burke. What's yours?
I'm expecting someone else, excuse me.
How about if I throw a little moonlight sail on my ship? It's a honey, babe, just like you.
Excuse me. I think there's some kind of mistake here. The lady's with me.
Well, if it isn't the wandering wunderkind, Dr. McCandless. Are you here on purpose, or did you just stumble into the wrong room?
You know, that's what I like about you, Morgan. Always a friendly greeting.
And I save my friendly greetings for my friends and my doctors. And since you choose not to be either, well...
Would you like to hear what I got to say or not?
Well, of course. I certainly wouldn't want to be accused of wasting your time. Shoot.
Oh, you're always the considerate one, aren't you? Well, I just came from having a little talk with Dr. Michelson.
Oh, my esteemed and thus far unsuccessful therapist.
Hey, yeah, well, that's what we're talking about. He wanted me to stop in, take a look at you, offer an opinion on the situation.
Situation? We're talking about my legs, McCandless, legs that still don't work.
Yet.
Yeah, so you say. You want my opinion?
No, not really.
Well, you went and did this fancy operation, got yourself a lot of publicity. You want to know the bottom line, Doctor? I think it was all one big waste of time.
Yeah, I know you talked to Sloan today. But obviously you didn't get anywhere, Trey. You got to call her again. Better yet, I am not telling you what to do. I'm telling you what your wife should be doing, and being in New York when all hell is breaking loose is not part of it.
You should tell Sloan to come back here now.
I'm doing it. All right, you do it your way. But make sure it's the right way with the right result.
I take it Sloan is not coming home.
You take it right.
Sam, what's going on between these two? I mean, here we are in a crisis. Sloan is the only one that can talk some threat into Paula. She's not coming home. In fact, she doesn't even want to deal with it on the telephone.
She says she'll talk to Paula in her own way.
I don't think she cares. This is wonderful. We're in the eye of the storm, one of Trey's biggest career crises. Sam, I do not understand something here, and I don't like it. Why didn't Trey simply go to New York?
She says she's too busy. Doesn't want him there.
Try that for a minute. Something going on, something between the two of them, and I don't know. I don't have any idea what it is.
Now, my dear wife, makes two of us.
Well, keep trying, will you? He's got to be there somewhere.
But Thomas, if you never told me the truth about your relationship with Kelly, I never would have taken this job in New York, and I'd hate to think what might have happened to my marriage.
Was that bad?
No, I was so convinced that Trey was having an affair with her that I was so paranoid that Trey might have ruined my marriage.
It's better now?
Yes, thanks to you.
How would we know if the operation was a success or not? You haven't even given the therapy half a chance.
Oh, come on. I've done everything I'm supposed to do, and still nothing.
Well, you've gone through the motions, maybe. Your heart's not in it, Morgan.
Maybe that's because I don't have one anymore. Maybe you took it out during the operation.
All right, look. We'll schedule some tests for tomorrow. When the results get back, we'll take a look.
That's 100 at Marshall Oak. Well, I made a little wager that you'd be back on my case before the end of July. And I made it with 13 days. Fair.
Well, yeah, well, I'm not back on the case yet. Agreed to take some tests, take a look at the results.
Garrett Morgan. Okay, just a moment. It's for you, my good doctor.
McCandless here.
Do you have any idea how long I've been waiting for your office to track you down?
Sloan, what's wrong?
Don't you know? You seem to know everything else.
Sloan, I'm with a patient right now. You want to tell me what it is that's going on?
I know I should have waited to ask you this face-to-face, but I couldn't let this go by one more minute.
You are supposed to be my friend, Thomas. My best friend.
I am.
Really? Then why in God's name didn't you tell me my husband was having an affair with Kelly Harper?
Refreshing, 100% delicious.
And don't try to tell me you didn't know, Thomas, because I won't believe you. You had to know the truth. That's why Kelly stopped seeing you, wasn't it? And that is the real reason you punched Trey at Mario's. You knew all along, and you didn't tell me why.
Sloan, listen to me, please. I can't talk right now, but I want...
Damn it, Thomas, you never intended to tell me. It's all a part of that unwritten code you men stick to. Never betray any of each other's secrets.
All right, now, do I get to say anything here?
Where are you? What difference does that make?
I want to see you.
Then you're out of luck, Doctor. I'm in New York.
Well, then I'll get off work early and I'll take the first shuttle flight up.
That is a big inconvenience, Thomas. Is your conscience that guilty?
Sloan, give me your address. Give me your address right now.
Get lost, Romeo. The lady's just been invited on a moonlight tour.
You're the one that better get lost, pal. Besides, this lady gets seasick. Why are you dressed like some poor man's Madonna?
I told you, from now on, you cannot keep me out of the investigation.
Jojo, this is my wife, Julie McCandless. I do this. The host and owner of the shipwreck.
Nice to meet you. You have a lovely place. It's just so full of atmosphere.
It has been called many things, Mrs. McCandless, but rarely a place of atmosphere. But if it has, you are the one who lends it.
Well,
I got to get back to work. The next round is on the house.
Thanks a lot. Thanks. Well, Mark, did you find out anything while I was gone?
Well, nothing we didn't already know. You know, this JoJo's a friendly enough guy, but when you get right down to it, he hasn't revealed a thing. Unlike some of the other people that are in here tonight. You mind letting me in on this help?
what, this? Well, this is just my way of getting in on the action. Come on, guys. You didn't really think I was going to sit in a hotel room and let you have all the fun of this?
Yeah, well, I wish that's what it was. Our friend Jojo here is a friend of Jared Morgan. We can't get any information out of him.
Let me try.
No way.
Oh, no, wait a minute. Why not?
Why not give Julie a chance? No, out of the question, Mark.
Now, you two argue it out. I'm going to go get myself a drink.
So, if Sloan can't make Paula change her mind, which I suspect would be the case, we're right back where we started from.
Maybe.
You have a solution?
Well, I could start leaning on the publishing houses. Make it hard for her to find one that would publish that piece of trash.
Oh, Lord, even if every single one of them turns it down, it wouldn't put it past Paula to have it published herself by some vanity press.
Maybe your idea of a hitman wasn't as far off the mark as I thought.
Well, it's too bad. Murder's still illegal in this state. But I swear, Sam, knowing what that woman did, how she's gone out of her way to humiliate this family, there's not a jury in the world that would convict her.
Hi, Mom. Hi, Daddy. Hi, Howard. Oh, I'm glad you guys both are here.
Hi, kitten. What you got there?
Oh, something that I want to show you guys. Wait. My wedding dress. What do you think?
Oh, who's that?
Isn't it dynamite? I got it at this little store on the boardwalk where they only sold antique clothes.
A used dress?
Daddy, I saw these ankles. shoes, they go right up to there and they lace all the way up. They would be so great, but they didn't have my size, so I'm going to have them get them later. Because if I wear lace hose with them, it would be
Young
so
lady, if you
pretty.
think I am going to let my daughter get married in some second-hand dress, you're sadly mistaken. That thing is a disaster.
It's not. It's beautiful. It'll be perfect for an afternoon wedding at home.
Who is home? The Addams family?
Mother!
Myrna. Kitten, the dress is beautiful. And I know you'd look terrific in it. But
No buts, Daddy. That's all I ever hear.
Real antique lace. Real mother-of-pearl buttons. Brenda, did you buy this yourself?
No. Wally bought it for me. Well, not exactly, but he gave me the money to buy it. Mom, they were so nice in that shop. When I told them I was getting married, they were so sweet. They were even going to help me pick out a veil to match.
Well, Brenda's still an absolute whore. I can't understand how much money you must have paid for it, though, dear. But Wally gave you the money.
Yeah. Is there a problem there?
And it was expensive?
Well, it was nothing compared to Sebastian's, but yeah, it was pretty expensive.
Well, how did Wally come out with that kind of cash? Did he win at gambling?
Not on the job, Daddy. He didn't spend 1 minute at the Golden Mermaid. And he's not going to do it again. Not ever. He just did it that once. And besides, the only reason he checked out all those casinos, Daddy, was for you. It was for his job.
Of course. Commendable, I suppose.
Well, antique or not, this is going back to the shop immediately.
Over my dead body. I'm going upstairs now and try it on and see if anything needs fixing.
Well, if it does, there's not one servant in this house who's going to touch it.
Fine. Well, this is so beautifully.
Sam, do something. There's got to be a way to do something about these children.
My sentiments, exactly.
Who are you calling? Why?
Bumper? Sam Clegg.
Yes, Mr. Clegg, what can I do for you?
I just heard some very interesting news about Wally McCandless.
Look, Mr. Clegg, if it's about the books,
Did you know that McCandless was gambling?
well, yeah, but not here. He and your son went out to investigate some casinos. That must have been where they did it.
Mm-hmm. Interesting.
But look, Mr. Clegg, you want me to tell him to knock it off? No problem.
No way. In fact, Bumper, I think we ought to give the boy a big reward for showing his enterprise.
What?
Give him a bonus, Bumper. $2,000 right away.
Well,
Just have the money ready. I want to give it to him myself personally.
Sam, you're not going to reward that little worm.
It's not a reward, Mother.
Sounds like it's me.
Things are not always what they seem. I consider this $2,000 a stake.
Okay, I know that look, Marshal. All right, out with it. What's wrong?
I don't know about wrong, Jared. But I just talked to Axelrod. It seems there are a couple of visitors in Column Bay asking questions about you.
They getting anywhere?
They tried to get onto the estate, but were turned away. Now they're combing the island, and your name is always on their tongues. You knew about this?
Well, I had a hunch. These visitors wouldn't happen to be Senator Mark Denning and Clarissa McCandless.
You're only half right. Denning is there all right, but his partner, none other than Tyler McCandless, special investigator himself.
This is good, Jojo.
you ought to try it with rum.
Right. Those ships are just lovely. Did you make them all yourself?
Each and every one of them, ma'am. Totally authentic. Detailed from lithographs.
Not from the actual ships themselves?
Not possible. Each one's a shipwreck.
That's sad, huh? Is that how you got the name of it?
Yeah, it was Mr. Morgan's idea of a joke. You see, he used to always call himself a shipwreck. So when he staked me to this place...
I called it the shipwreck. Right. What about the model?
When you have a name like that, you've got to set the atmosphere, right?
Right.
If you're really interested, let me go to the back. I have a beauty there you will really like.
Right, okay.
this is your lucky day, babe. I'm gonna go home now, and you're the one I want to take home with me.
No, I don't think so.
I'm not asking.
Let's go!
Hey. The lady said let her go.
All right, hold it. Just hold it right there, pal. Just back off. Given the situation, I think maybe discretion may be the best part of valor.
Come on, Jim.
Inspired the hit series and made television history. Saturday, following Airwolf.
Before you say one word, Thomas, let me tell you something. You wasted a trip coming up here.
Well, that's a great way to start.
You lied to me.
No, I didn't.
You knew that Trey and Kelly were having an affair, and you didn't tell me. That is lying, Thomas, even if it is by omission.
So what was I supposed to do? I mean, was it my place to tell you that your husband's having an affair with a woman that I love? Oh, Sloan, I wanted to tell you I really did, but I couldn't. Anything was, I had the right.
Oh, really? Or was it just male pride? You couldn't tell me because you'd have to admit that Kelly dumped you for my husband?
You're right, she did. And it hurt, Sloan. It hurt really bad. But I couldn't tell you. I just didn't think I should be the one.
Oh, you? Who would have been better than you, Thomas? I trusted you, and I told you everything, and I expected you to do the same. Was that too much to ask? Or was it too much to expect? I guess it was.
Sloan, I knew that you'd find out eventually, one way or the other. And the best that I could do was promise myself that I'd be there for you when it happened. I knew that Trey would have to tell you eventually.
He didn't tell me. I found out.
Oh.
Oh, it was, a comedy of errors, my friend. Myrna Clegg hired a private detective to follow Trey. And she, hired him by the telephone. She never even met the man. And when he had his report already complete with photographs, he went to Mrs. Clegg with the... He went to the wrong Mrs. Clegg.
Hey, Sloan, stop this. Don't. Listen, don't do this. Don't let him do this to you.
What am I gonna do? He's sleeping with her. He's going from me to her just like I'm shuttling from New York to Washington. And I played right into his hand. I allowed him to get away with it.
Sloan, listen, this is not your fault. You are not to be blamed for this.
I have been such a fool. When I think of how good he's been to me, all the presents, all the special evenings out. Oh. On our anniversary, you know what he did? He hired out this entire restaurant with a view of the Jefferson Memorial. And it was all just a game. When I found out, I wanted to kill him. So much I hate him. I wanted to scream at him and tell him that it was over forever.
Or didn't you?
I couldn't. I won't do anything until I know how I'm going to handle it. Neither will you, okay?
Look at Sloan, you can't keep holding this back. You've got to confront him. You've got to tell him. You've got to let him know. You aren't going to confront him, are you? You're afraid of losing him.
What's so terrible about that, Thomas? I tell you, part of me hates him with all my soul. But part of me still loves him. I just don't know what to do yet.
Well, what do you want?
What do I want? I want to win. Thomas, I don't want to be the loser in this. The only problem is right now I don't know what winning would be.
Look, lady, I'm not asking you to connect me with the moon. Yeah, I know you're trying, darling. Try a little faster, please. Jojo, this is Jarrett Morgan. I understand you've got a few visitors there.
That we did, Mr. Morgan. Very curious about you.
Yeah, well, I hope you kept a tight ship.
I did. Not even that pretty little blonde got anything out of me.
Little blonde? With McCandless?
The very one. They just left.
And I think the young man's hand is hurting him more than just a little bit.
Broken? No. I had a feeling if I didn't get you out of there, you were going to tear up the place.
Yeah, well, I'm glad you got me out of there in time.
The thing is, we're a long way from finding out anything new about our friend, Mr. Morgan. I just hope that this trip isn't for nothing.
I wouldn't worry about that. Hi, sweetheart.
Where were you?
I was just out doing a little island browsing. You know, that Jojo turned out to be a lot more help than I thought he'd be.
He was.
Mm-hmm. Look, I found out the secret of Jarrett Morgan.
A lithograph?
That's right, of an old clipper ship. Read the name on the ship.
Jarrett Morgan.
Yep, and look down here. Went down off the coast of Colomb Bay in 1887.
That's how he got his name, Mark.
You know, our friend had to try and establish a new identity and a new name. So why not pick the name of some obscure shipwreck?
Question is, if he's not Jarrett Morgan, who is he?
Today, there's a real need for everyone to protect against skin cancer. A major cause is overexposure to ultraviolet rays. So every day I use Youth Guard, a moisturizer with PABA, which can help reduce the risk of skin cancer.